Hooray! Hi guys, it's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Gelawapazed, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you will be notified that Gelawapazed posts a come video. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. Na totala sana. We are just starting this live stream right now. And we're here to celebrate CHELLAH TUKUTA. I know the people on Facebook won't watch yet until I change this, the settings as well to public. So just bear with me right now. If you want to join the stream is available now. If you want to join the stream, it's available now. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Chella is out, and it is a blessing that he is out. I'm just trying to connect the stream to Facebook as well for it to be public, because I know sometimes it starts as private before it goes to public. But it's great news. I've just done a video on my Facebook page, which I've also uploaded on my YouTube channel right now, just talking about Chella being out, and you've heard the news first here on my YouTube platform and Facebook platforms. It's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Gelawapazed, Zambia. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you? How are you? So Chella is out right now. Let me just put ads as well. Yep, let me put adverts for Chella's video. And obviously, you know, Timidation is out. I also have an amazing guy called Tom who is in the background as well. So whilst people are loading Tom, I will be coming. Let me just make sure that people on Facebook can see me live as well, because sometimes it starts private on Facebook. Sometimes it's strange. Sometimes it starts as private. So let me just make sure that you can see us from there as well. Okay, so this is if you get to my YouTube channel, because that's what it does. It starts private sometimes on Facebook. I don't know why it does that. Sure, that you can see us public from there as well. Okay, so now it's public now as well. Yes, so we are happy for Chella, and obviously we have to start with an intro, which is the dance, the song by Judio, just celebrating the fact that Chella is out. And you know, Judio is copyright free, so I play it normally, and I'm also promoting my girl. Okay, so call everybody so that they can take part, and I'm going to be posting links as well as to how you can take part this broadcast. My name is Judio. As we wait for more people to come on board. I'm coming. I think Tom has lost his signal, but hopefully he'll be back just now. Let me just share this. Hi, greetings from India. Good to see you. So this is Timidation. It's amazing. Let me just post the link on Facebook in case people want to join the stream. Not this one. In case people want to join the stream. Yes. So if you want to be part of this stream, just use this link. Chella is resting. Please don't bother him. He needs a rest. I mean, you can think about it. For a week, he hasn't been in this world, and he just needs to rest, be with his family. He needs a proper rest. So that's a link in case you want to come and join and just celebrate with us. Because last week we were sad, we were not happy about what was going on. So I'll start with an intro song. So anybody who wants to join on the stream, those are the links. And even on my YouTube channel as well, I'm sending the link as well, so that you can be part of the stream if you want to join. It's great news that Chella is finally home. Yeah, so that's the link if you want to be part of the stream. So Enoch is saying, well done, my sister. May God bless you. We have been working really hard in the background. Trust me, it's a lot of hard work, but God is faithful. Chella is out. Share this stream to everybody so that you can take part, because this one is different. I did one on my own, but this one is now where you can take part and say what you want to say, and Chella will definitely watch this. It's amazing. God works in mysterious ways. Carol Namwamba says, I'm so happy we did it, sis. Yes, we did. We did it. And may God Almighty continue to protect him and you also for the part you played. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be showing as well the conversations on the screen. So if you post a comment, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, the message will reflect on my screen like this. So thank you so much. Keep on sending your messages. Keep on sending the messages. I know we haven't had a stream like this for a few days now because our spirits were low and I didn't want to be answering the same question every time of, oh yeah, Chella is this, Chella is that. I wanted to share good news first and I'm happy so that everyone's spirits will be high. Yeah. May God bless you, Lily. Thank you so much, sir. We did it together. Yes, we thank God. Chella is out. He's out. We are the news breakers first here. I can see Miss Luboma wants to come on board. So anybody wants to come on board to say anything to Chella Tukuta, let me know. Meanwhile, I'll be playing some music. So it's a quick live stream just to wish Chella all the best. I can see Maluti is on board as well. So whoever is coming in, just keep on coming in, and I'll add you to the stream. Okay. Thank you so much for your love, your support. Chella is very grateful. Of course, you will hear him address the nation soon. Chella is now the president of Facebook United Africans. Okay. So just a quick intro, and then I'll start bringing my guests, whoever wants to contribute about Chella Tukuta. Let's do this. Studio. It's a happy Saturday because this is great news. Iwe insanzana mukabene tekwa kabe oyone mukabene ay 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 la 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 la. Disgruntled youth, welcome to the street. Thank you. So that's my intro, and I'll be bringing on board Davis Mulubwa and some other guests as well that I can see. Hi, David. And make sure
Hi, Didi. How are you?
that you keep you close. And thank you. How's everything? There's so many people waiting to contribute about Chella. There's Irene. There's everybody. How are you, Davis? What do you have to say about the news that we have broken on this YouTube channel and Facebook? How are you, Davis? Hi, Davis. Davis, I can't. Okay, let me try to add disgruntled youth and see, because Davis seems to have frozen. Okay. Disgruntled youth, are you there? Disgruntled youth, are you there? Hi, disgruntled youth. What's happening? People are I think it's a signal. Let me add somebody who uses lilymutamztv.
Hello? Yeah, there's no
How
power
are you?
here. Hello?
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
Yeah, okay, no problem. I'm fine, thank you. What do you have to say about the news of Chella Tukuta?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think all the youth are excited out there. It's very amazing that our fellow youth has been released.
Oh, yes. God is faithful. We have been working really hard in the background. You don't know, but the results are evident. And so what message like say to the youths who are speaking out and they are scared because of what happened on with Chella Tukuta? Hello? I think we've lost signal. Hi, Bill. Hi, Bill. How are you? Somebody's playing with our signal, guys. Let me try to add Ernest. I don't know what's happening with the signal. I'll wait and see what's happening. Okay, I need to unmute. So can you unmute, please? Each time come to this stream, can you unmute your volume so that way people can hear you? You need to unmute yourself. Okay, so Mr. NS, get ready. I'm adding you to the stream. Speaking because you were here first. And unmute. So, Davis, how are you? Mr. Ernest, how are you?
Hi, Lily. You okay?
Yes, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm for you. I'm for you. Let's go. Let's fight this. We are there for you. We are supporting you to say that. Let's go. I'm in silent. I'm in silent.
Yeah, it's a so where are you watching us from?
Cirencester. Cirencester is near Swindon.
Ah. Oh, nice.
Good girl. Good, good.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So what would you like to say to the youth of Zambia who may be scared to speak out because of what happened to Chella? What would you like to say to them?
Yes, let the youth of Zambia have a voice. Let them speak. I normally follow you when you talk about the UK. We guys who've got the right to speak. You know, we can talk, we can do whatever we want to do at any time. But at least here we have a respect. We don't insult, but we just want that freedom of talking. So what I just want to encourage our leaders to understand to the boys, I mean to the youth, let them talk and let them understand what they want. Put them in one group, let them listen, then let them act at the end of the day. So let our leaders understand this. Let the youth speak. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir. But what would you comment on the 30 million kwacha that has been awarded to artists only? Is it fair that only the musicians are having 30 million kwacha and not the youth of Zambia? What would you comment on that?
I think I would just like to say the 30 million is not fair to give the musicians. Let it go to everyone else. But that money was meant to go to the youth. And I was just listening to a video which you brought up this morning where you said youth empowerment. So that money was supposed to go to the youth empowerment. You know? So even the musicians were supposed to get something from there as well. You know? So it wasn't supposed to say musicians, it was supposed to be said youth. Because even musicians are youth as well. So it was supposed to be in general.
In general,
so, Yes.
And that's what I was saying as well. I was like, okay, Kings is excited about it because he's saying only musicians, but what about other people that can benefit from this fund?
That's true.
And I don't think musicians really need to benefit because they sing for entertainment and they make money, whilst the Zambian youth who has no talent, sing, can't write, can't do what they do, they can survive in the hard times now. But Kings can go and sing at a church now and he will make money.
Exactly.
But a Zambian musician can't sing.
That's true. That's true. You know, we've got street boys, the youths. Where will they get the money if the government just wants to give the musicians? At least the musicians, they've got somewhere where to touch. They sing and they make money. How about those chaps in the streets? What are they going to do? Are we going to be musicians, all of us, by the end of the day? So let that money go exactly to everybody who's the youth and let them, everybody benefit from there. Yes, yeah. Right? Sure.
Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution. Let me see if there's Will. Are you there? Can you hear me, Will? Or Irene? Irene, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you, sis? Where are you watching us from?
I'm watching you from Scotland. How are you, my dear?
Oh, good.
Hi.
So what would you like to say?
Well, I'm just glad to hear that Chella is out, first and foremost. It has, I think, a week in the police cells, knowing the conditions in the how bad they are. I feel for him, but is strong. Seeing even the photos that were posted while he was still in the police cells, you could see he was still in high spirits with the people who were there in the police cells. So it's just nice that he's home. At least we can rest and recuperate. As for the money that was allocated, the 30 million kwacha, the people who started even like Chella fighting for the youths, even youth empowerment, it wasn't only the musicians. The fact that the musicians went, obviously protested in the bush, there were a few people who also protested somewhere else. They should have not specifically. The president shouldn't have specifically given the money to the artists, as everybody else has said. The artists, at least they've got something going on. They can sing and make money. Whereas there are so many youths who've had training, teachers who are just languishing around with no jobs. If they can't be involved in that amount of money, then wow, that's not fair for them. So that money could have just, the way the president was supposed to say was the money for youth empowerment. Whoever had maybe something to do could have participated in that amount of money, not just granting it to the artists. So that's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Auntie Irene. Let me just see who else needs to be added to the stream.
I'll leave the studio so that other
Allah.
people.
Okay, no problem, Auntie, but you know you can always come anytime, huh? Hi, Samuel. I was about to look for Mercy right now. I said, Mercy, it's not on this live stream.
Mercy, it's not on this live stream.
Mutele, reduce the volume. Okay. Yeah, so Mutale, you need to reduce the volume. So, hi, Samuel, how are you? How are you, Samuel? Your volume is low, Samuel. Why? We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Samuel.
I'm very fine. How are you?
We can't hear you. Your volume is low. Sort out your volume. Okay, the studio is even full. Yeah, come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Yeah. Okay. Zambia Patricia says, watching you from Namibia. I thank God Chella is out. Lady, an inspiration to many women. Thank you so much. Samuel, can you speak now? Oh. can you speak now? Someone is frozen. Okay, Mutale, you can speak now. How are you, Mutale? I think someone's signal is on as well. We expect it from this live stream.
Yes, I'm getting you. Hello?
Hey, how are you? Samuel, if you can speak. Mutale, you can speak. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, tell us. How are you?
Jesus,
I'm very fine. I'm just happy that Chella Tukuta has been released now, because all along I've been worried, you know. Now just that I'm happy, very happy.
Bluetooth mode connected.
Yeah. It's amazing. Sorry, you can carry on speaking. It's amazing that he's out. I was just reading some messages as well so that I can read them out. And many people are excited on Facebook. Anita says, wow, Lily, good job. May God bless you so much. Thank you for what she has done for our hero, Chella. Some people will say Chella is not a hero, but to us, he's a hero for the fact that he never allowed himself to go and eat any lunch with any minister or found himself at any state house. He stood his ground. For me, he's a hero. I don't know what others will say, but to me, Chella is a hero. What he's gone through, others cannot even manage. Annie, how are you? What would you like to say? We've lost
Hi, how are you,
Matale.
Lily?
I think fine, thank
Sorry,
you. How are
I'm
you?
in the
sis?
car today. I'm in the car, so
No, it's
the
fine.
light is so bad, you know. I'm so excited,
it's
you know. I'm
fine,
so
it's fine.
happy. Yeah, one thing I would like to say is that when you pray for someone, God will always answer you. We're praying for Chella to come out because we know that he didn't do anything wrong, because he was speaking the truth of everything that he was saying. I'm so happy today that he's released. If he's watching, Chella, you're a hero. If you remember the late Mandela, how he fought for his people, that's what you're doing right now. You're fighting for the youths. You're fighting for us, the youths who are voiceless, who cannot speak, but you're there to speak for us. It's a joyful day today. Tonight, I'm actually drinking for you, Chella. Just for today, I'm just drinking for you because I'm so excited that you're out. May God continue blessing you. May you continue being our hero. I'll continue praying for you. And so much love, Team Badass. One love. Thank you. Thank you, Lily.
Welcome, Annie. And you know what to do. You exit the stream to give space to other people. So, Team Badass, we have Mercy.
Hello?
How are you?
Hello.
Mercy and Will. Okay, Will, how are
here.
you?
I'm okay. How are you,
Yeah,
Lily?
Mercy, you can speak. Mercy can speak first, and then Will, because we were asking you if you were here, but you weren't here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Mercy, okay, if you can speak first, Will, it's fine. Speak first.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm so happy that finally Chella has come out. You know, he's really standing out as a strong person. You know, he's been pushed here and there. Spent 10 days. Out of inside, and then, you know, spending 10 days. Yesterday he was on his Facebook page. He was over, I don't know how many thousands of people that were able to comment and were able to like his comments. So it's so pleasing to have such a you know, a multitude of people that are behind you to say, no, this thing that you're fighting for is really true. You know, this is the only country that we have that we can always just voice out and say no to this and yes to that. Thank you very much, Lily.
Thank you so much. And it's obviously very encouraging to see that, you know, Chella is out and without, you know, selling himself. Just hold on, Will, for a bit, because Mercy always has some good points. He's a very great speaker. So let Mercy speak, and maybe, who knows, you can want to have an interjection there where you guys can discuss something.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, hold on. Hi, Mercy.
Hello, Lily. How are you? How's everybody?
We are
This-
fine.
Everyone is fine.
Yeah, this is such amazing news. It's so remarkable what this young movement has achieved. I mean, considering it was just formed recently, and the powers that be are already feeling the pressure. So I think we have something good here that we need to keep pushing. And I especially wanted to thank you as well for your bravery and courage. And under the circumstances, considering the things you've had to put up with, very well handled. I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, I just wanted to commend you on that. So well done, well done. This is not easy for anybody.
Thank you so much. And you see, for people who may not know, we are working as a team with Mercy and Irene and so many mature elderly people who are holding us, like you are our babies. And people would think maybe I'm just, handling everything on my own. If you can just explain to them briefly that, this movement is not just something that we're starting here and is stopping now, but it's something where we will carry on. If you can just explain to them a little bit, Mercy.
Yeah, I mean, this will definitely continue. There's so many pressing issues that we have to deal with. Youth unemployment, as I said, corruption, that is a terrible disease of our country. There's education issues for the young people, those that have no access to it because of their circumstances. That is an issue that we have to deal with. Pensioners not being paid on time, that is ridiculous. The systems are inefficient. That needs to be sorted out in the country. Abuse by foreign investors. Zambians cannot be mistreated in their own country. We need leadership that has a backbone and can stand up to the oppressors. So there's a lot that needs to be done, that the movement is working on. And I think continuing pushing out our voices, we're being heard. The world is listening. They are watching, and we definitely do have an impact. And yeah, so I'm just so happy that we've had positive news that Chella has been released. And the only disappointment or something that I've actually struggled to understand is this 30 million kwacha that's been given to the musicians. I mean, we've been screaming and talking about youth unemployment, and yet you're going to give money to people who are already employed. They are musicians. They earn money from that. So why was it necessary? Or why was it urgent? Or why was anybody desperate to give money to these people? What is the pressing issue that they should have it, if not to buy silence? I mean, that's the only conclusion that I can come up with. That's the only logical one. Why would you give more money to someone who already has? You're going to ignore children who have been born perhaps to someone who is blind, and they've had to mature very quickly because they are that parent's eyes, and they can't go to school. They are struggling. They are begging on the street. How are you going to ignore that? So I think the priorities of this regime, they are very misplaced. They clearly need to go. They're just running haphazardly, trying to fix the problems and issues that have been raised, and they have very little time to do it. It just shows you they have lacked planning, because had they planned before, they would be allocating resources to places where they are needed. I mean, we don't even have to look far. Recently, money was allocated to a pharmacy that doesn't exist, and someone casually said, "Oh, it was allocated by mistake." How can you be so casual about large amounts like that? It's ridiculous. So we need to band together, be strong, keep pushing. You're making a difference. We will not be silenced. We fought for freedom of expression. Well done to Chella for remaining strong. It just goes to show that we're going to unite for the fellow youths, and we'll keep fighting for them. We will not be intimidated. And even in the face of intimidation, we're still going to push on. And my conclusion would be, we're actually schooling this government. I mean, in the short period of time that this movement has been born, we're schooling them on not to oppress people when they speak out. That is not right. So this government, they don't have any time, but in the short time that they have left, they need to do something. We're giving them a head start, but I don't think they're going to transform the country between now and August 2021. So yeah, we're coming, we're watching, we're listening, and above all, we'll be voting. So check that, and good luck. Thank you.
So now, thank you so much. It's now that we've seen what's going on, much emphasis is being put on what? Voting. You carry the power to change the destiny of Zambia. Hey, the other day I was looking for my national registration. I was sweating. Where's my reg? Where's my... Until I found it. I said, look, I carry the destiny of Zambia in this. When I found it, I was so happy. I felt like I've won the lottery. Thank you so much, sis. So it's important that
I'm just going to leave. Sorry.
If you...
I'll just leave so I give
no
a chance
problem,
to
sis.
somebody. Yeah, so thank you for having me.
Okay.
And well done, everybody.
But you can come. You can come anytime. You can come anytime.
Thank you so much.
Oh! Thank you. Okay, hey, there's somebody I'm missing. Oh, Joanne. I couldn't even do the live stream because every day people are asking me about Chella. Joanne and Uncle Ingwe, they are here. They are here. You know, like Michael C saying, surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life, forever and ever. Sam Mo is back as well. So these are the faces that, you know, were there just complaining about the situation, and it's nice to see the faces we're complaining about celebrate. Joanne, Samuel, Brother Ingwe. We spent a whole live stream complaining that day.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. How are you, Samuel?
I'm very fine, Lily. How are you?
Fine, thank you. What would you like to say about this great news?
I'm happy. You know, it's just sad that I don't drink, but I was going to drink. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Lily, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Everyone behind this movement. You know, it's not an easy thing, but we're getting there. I'm pretty much sure. Yesterday when I was in Ndola, we were communicating. Yeah. You know, seeing Chella in that condition, it wasn't an easy for me. It wasn't easy for me, rather. So today, when I heard that he's out, I tell you, I'm in a different mood right now. In a different mood. It's not just. I'm not just excited. I'm overexcited. You get me? You feel me, right? Yeah. I'm overexcited. This is what we need to do, and we're not going to stop. This movement, it will continue. Whosoever is thinking that it's ending here, both you, we will continue. This is the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the beginning, and whosoever wants to stop this movement, they won't manage, because even people like me, I haven't started talking. Yeah, I'll start talking about exactly. That picture. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Lily.
So this was Samuel yesterday with Chella. He sent me these images when they were in Ndola. So you see, when I told you that my team was in Ndola, people thought I was just talking. This is someone, he's here on the live stream. He's part of the team, and he was there checking on Chella yesterday. Thank you so much. Amazing. Yeah. So it's good to hear that he's out, and, you know, obviously it's not a very good condition, the cells that he was in, but God is faithful. Chella is out. You know, it was not easy for you, because when you sent me messages, you were like, you know, you were not happy to see him this way, isn't it? Because you are used to seeing him outside on his live streams, you know. But, and you know, one thing is that when Chella went in the cells before, he would have 2,000 likes, 5,000 likes, or 3,000 likes. He had 48 4,000 likes for his post yesterday, and
Yeah,
over
within an hour.
12,000 within an hour. Not even the president of Zambia has reached that stage. Meaning the day he's going to do a live stream, Chella, he's going to have 100,000 people watching him, honestly. Like live. They will all want to know what Chella has to say. So Chella has been promoted. Physically, he might have been in the cells, but spiritually, he's been promoted. Because now people know more about Chella than before, you know. Thank you so much, Samuel. Dwayne, how are you? What would you like to say about our brother Chella? We cried together on these live streams. What would you like to say?
Lily, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm so happy. I'm fine.
I'm happy
so
to
happy.
see you now. To show how happy I am, I'll say 2 words. Amanda Chella and freedom Chella. Those are the 2 words for the youth and for Chella. Now listen, when Chella went into cells, at first I was affected. But one thing made me smile. I mentioned the other time that when one voice is silenced, 1,000 voices rise. It was for a reason that Chella went into prison. Whichever prison Chella went to, do you know what has been left behind? Damage. He's destroyed. He's campaigned. He's spoken. He taught the truth of what is currently happening to our brothers who do not have the opportunity to know the current situation in Zambia. They want prisoners to vote. Even when they will be voting, they will have known the truth. And I smiled when they moved him from one cell to the other. I said, let it be so, because it is for a purpose. We needed him to be there so that he can sensitize people of what's happening. And therefore, I would still say, Amanda Chella.
Amanda.
Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll keep fighting.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Then the other
definitely.
thing, it's with regard to the money that the government either have given or want to give the musician. It is not wise for you to get money or you get food, you go and give a person who's already full, who's already eaten. You forget that there are children out there who can barely survive. They literally have nothing. What type of wisdom is that a father who gets a meal and resources go and empower and feed a person who's already failed? Who's already eaten? Does that make sense? It doesn't. We've got a lot of retirees who've been spending their nights in the cold, in the dark. The president can't even feel it. He can't even be moved seeing those people suffering. Those people, spending their nights in the cold, seeing retirees dying without their pension. You get all that money, you go and give a person who already has enough for survival. What of the youths, the children of those retirees who are not even going to school because their parents cannot manage? Their parents cannot afford to give them even, a bread. It doesn't make sense. Secondly, we've been talking of employment. Why can't the government get that money, start up something, even a business, open a shop, because they are the custodian of buildings in Zambia. They can just go at a town center, get one building, put in products in there, put in, advertise for the youth to start working in there. You are creating employment. Why can't they invest all that money into agriculture? They can do winter maize and any other ventures that will create employment. Then you go and give money to youths that already have enough. It doesn't make sense.
Imagine.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, we advocating for change, because we've realized no matter how much you can push a person or force a person to think wisely, if they are not wise, they cannot think wisely. That's why people say you can take a horse to the river. If it doesn't want to drink water, it cannot drink. So you can't force a person who's not willing to think progressively to think progressively. You can't do that. No matter how much you force them, they can't. They can't. They've really failed. They've failed. They've missed priority of Zambia.
Yeah, they have. Thank you so much, Mr. Ingwe, because Mr. Ingwe's signal keeps on going up and down. Maybe if you can speak. Mr. Ingwe is talking to us from Iraq. He's a human rights officer. These are the people that we work with, that give us advice on what we need to know as Zambian youths. How are you, Mr. Ingwe? Good to see you, sir.
Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yes, sir, how are you?
You're getting me? I think I'm out.
Yeah. No, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Yes,
I just want to first thank you, the youth from Zambia, for Chella, and to Chella for him to be brave. As youth, those are the things that the human rights activists you expect one day to be themselves. That one expect it. But my word of advice is what I'm always preaching. When you are doing your demonstration, when you are talking, be peaceful. Because, you know, if you are peaceful, even if they take you to the court, they take you to cells, you are going to come out because there will be no evidence. If you see my speech on which I'm putting on YouTube, I'm just talking the facts. Don't personalize. Don't attack somebody person. Just talk the facts and so on. So keep on talking. Like our slogan is Makan Mashui. We don't want to shed any blood this year, this election. We don't want to shed any blood. We'll just keep on talking. No one can stop us to talk. We'll keep on talking to tell them what that they're doing wrong. Now, I know there are a lot of ideas about what the youth are talking about, businesses, what and what. All these things we've talked about them during the past years. But we should first start with the first thing. The first thing is, like the guys are saying, is to campaign from the young people who have got to register for as voters. Then, when they are registered voters, then we are going to be in the right direction. Then educate them how to vote. And this should be silent. Yeah, because I know the Qatar are, like you see on my YouTube this morning, I said the Qatarism is all over. So let's challenge them, but we are not going to use our votes to exercise our rights. And that should be our education for the next things next up to August. I think that's what you should do. Yeah, I think that's what I can say.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks so much, sir. And Mr. Ingwe, it would be nice for you. It would be nice for you to send me your YouTube link so that people can follow you, because he's a human rights officer based in Iraq, and you know he knows what human rights is. You can let.
I'm just using the platform. If you allow me, I can use your platform like that. I used for this morning. I used for Shakers. Shakers is that like the
Peter Shake.
Yeah,
right.
Shake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll be sharing the video. Okay. So I'll be sharing Mr. Ingwe's videos on my YouTube channel. But Mr. Ingwe, I'll also help you open a YouTube channel, because you need one, sir. You are loaded. You're fully loaded. People need to hear from you. Because people will be asking, does he have a YouTube channel? And I'll be answering, I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about that one. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Thank you so much. Better Days is another anchor that I've adopted on this YouTube platform. How are you, sir? How are you, uncle?
Hello?
Hello,
Olive.
Lady. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? And how
Oh,
is
fine,
everyone on
thank you,
the
sir.
now?
Fine,
Very
thank
fine.
you.
Fine, thank you, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we are finally delighted, to hear the good news about our young brother, TUKUTAH Chella.
Yeah.
Lily, kudos to you. You are doing a great job.
Amen.
And I really admire you, how much you're trying to encourage every young Zambian back home in Zambia, to do what you are doing, and it's only sad, when I had the opportunity to listen to, our honorable Doris Leah, when she had the opportunity to talk to the youths, and I'm just wondering, how they managed to gather those youths in our office, and just asking them. There are people who are already privileged to do something, or to be doing something.
Yeah.
It's not a government initiative, like, you started, you initiated the youth movement. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Chella's coming into the forefront as well. It was because, you had already challenged, the young youth back home in Zambia.
Yes.
And yes, a few people actually, bought into your idea, like Sheikhs, Kaira,
Yeah.
he's doing fine, and a few
Yeah.
other, Zambians who are on YouTube now,
Yes. Yes.
but if you look at, the so-called Kings Malembe, he's going in the opposite direction. He's always just celebrating, where there's money, he celebrates, he comes out, and he shows himself. I just wonder, what heart of Christianity is carrying, basically, to be honest.
Thank you, sir.
Because we should not be talking to all these things. When you did the other live stream where you challenged him,
Yes.
if he's man
Yeah.
enough, he should come
Yeah.
out and say, Lily, I salute you for your advice. Because I really wonder what advice he gives to the president, like he said that, ndi mwana wa munganda.
Wamunganda. Huh?
I should have come to just talk to you. Umwana wa munganda. So why did he waste, his time to go on the platform, instead of him composing a new song?
Thank you.
So I admire you. You can stand up and challenge men like our young man, Kings Malembe. He really must be disgraced. He
Yeah.
must be disappointed. He must check himself.
Yeah.
We are not trying to be on this platform. We are not trying to the Pharisees. Who point fingers to others that you can't do this. Lord, I pray. Lord, I do this and I do that. No, it's not about that. It's about talking the truth. Speaking the truth. When you talk
Yeah.
about corruption, it's corruption. There's no other
Yes.
second word for corruption. Corruption has always been corruption. So if Malembe cannot see any corrupt practices he's doing, when he goes there, to sing for Dunun and everything else, and he thinks he's is actually praising God in that manner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We at least each one of us, we have our faith, our Christian faith. It's measured. It's
Yeah.
measured. Okay. I don't
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
on this platform to condemn him.
Yeah.
But the challenge you gave him was wise. So I'm also speaking to him right now. Malembe, if you are man enough, come out and say, yes, You know, you should not be going on the platform to just say yeah, 30 million yard musician, Tayava youth. What's that? What was that for? It's irrelevant. It's got no. It does not add the value to the way, you know, Zambia is supposed to be run. So when you have such kind of people like him, you know, to be honest, you know, I think I can only advise the Zambian believers, you know, take a second thought to start buying that kind of music from this man, because he's not from deep down his heart. He's got a motive. So when you are doing something with a motive, I cannot differentiate between Malembe and Judas Iscariot. You see what I mean? So let's call a spade a spade. Now, talking about Tukuta, you know, Tukuta is we you know, it's worthy to praise him. Okay. I've read a lot of comments, you know, from the Zambian people, you know, celebrating and doing all that, and it's true. But you know, we shouldn't forget this one thing, that the source was this lady, you know, we are on the platform on today. You initiated everything. So I don't care what the politicians say, particularly, you know, PF. I don't really give it a, you know, whatever the best way to describe them. I don't mind it, because I know they are always watching you, and they are always, you know, on their toes, because, you know, the meeting the Doris here and the permanent secretary held, you know, talking to the youths. I was asking myself, I come from Western Province, you know, and I just want everyone on the platform to make sure that, you know, it's got nothing to do with the tribalism. I come from the Western Province. And none of those chaps who were on that program, you know, mentioned about, you know, a youth from Shangombo who was on that office. There was none. Nobody was on that platform. Or talk about, you know, the Northwestern. Talk about, you know, the Eastern Province. Talk about Northern Province. They were all Lusaka bred kind of, you know, people or youths. So now, if they are going to say we want to engage with the youths, engaging with youths at such a time as this, it's bad timing to start with. So, Madam Doris Ria, sorry, it's too late for you. You go to account for the mistakes you have already made, because the youths are not going to buy into your cheap politics now. No one is going to buy into those cheap politics. And we got to be, you know, honest with what we say. You know, because you look at Charles Chanda's mother, you know, in cells, and the so-called thieves. And you know, every Zambian has got the right to call them thieves. Yeah. Every Zambian has got the right to call them thieves. That doctor, or whatever his name is, you know, he's a sophisticated, you know, articulated thief. Yeah. Yeah. He's a thief. So we are talking about, you know, sanity. Where is it? Where is the justice? Because every king who has been bestowed on the throne, they are supposed to rule by justice and righteousness. And we don't see the righteousness, we don't see the justice. Where is the justice? That's why, you know, I always go back to the Bible and talk about, you know, the widow in the Bible. The widow in the Bible who constantly, you know, went to see the injustice judge. Injustice judge. She made specifically there. This is what the youth are doing today in Zambia. And every mother in Zambia is constantly doing, fighting for their children's lives. That please give us justice from this, our adversaries. The adversaries, youth unemployment. The adversaries, the injustice of inequality. These are our adversaries. And I sit back here and wonder what Mr. Lungu is looking at and thinking that, you know, when ACC go there proudly and make an announcement on the ZNBC, I don't know what it is called now, or Chinese television, you know, and say that, you know, we arrested Mr. Dr. Chanda and the 4 counts of whatever. What 4 counts of what? They are not counts. That was an arranged, you know, it was a pre-arranged, you know, drama. It was a pre-arranged drama by the PF government. And if you can just allow me to say 1, 2, 3 things, Lily,
No problem.
Lily, I'm impressed. You know, yes,
No problem.
I listened to one clip. I was watching a clip, you know, where someone was trying to articulate, you know, the you know, what Chanda's case, this Dr. Chanda, whatever is called, is that, you know, he's been charged with case, but the fact that, you know, our constitution allows that, you know, one officer, one cabinet officer can be charged, all right, and then be acquitted, because that is the fact. He is going to be acquitted, but I want you, Lily, to start, you know, propagating this case now, because Chanda is going to be released. Now we have to start propagating, you know, and see how strong our constitution is, because it's fake. It only you know, defends the elite, the people in government. So that, you know, when he's charged with that offense and he's going to be acquitted, so the next government will not be able to charge him with the same case, because that's what the law says. But I want us to start talking about this now. I want us to start talking about it critically. So if Elias Munsha and the SC Sangwa can be brought on your platform to talk about it. We must start talking about it even before he's freed, because he's going to be acquitted anyway. So that he can avoid, you know, to be persecuted by the new government next. So that's the gimmick. You know, this man called Mr. Lungu, he's a lawyer, a failed lawyer, but, you know, he gives them ideas of how to go about it. You know, those are the few, you know, things I wanted to share.
I'm listening. It makes sense now. It really makes sense.
Sorry, Lee.
I'm saying it makes sense now. It really makes sense. You can carry on.
So that's what I was saying. This is what I'm saying. You know, you look at Charles Chanda's mother and those other people who are in the cells, police cells now. What basis was it that, you know, they should be arrested? You know, so please, you know,
because they were giving
this platform you have now. If you can just make sure that, you know, you some legal qualified men to interpret our law in Zambia today. So that, you know, Mr. Lungu and his entire cadres of cabinets, you know, they should be brought to book. They should be brought to book. And I just want to give time to other participants as well on the platform to say something. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I will allow Commander One. How are you, Commander?
I'm fine. How are you?
Commander
How are
One.
you, Lily? How are you, Lily?
Fine, thank you, sir. Very fine and very happy.
Are you? I'm fine. Are you in Zambia or are you in Zambia?
No, I'm still in the UK. I'm going to Zambia to register to vote soon, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone needs to register. We all need to go and register.
Even me, I'm waiting for the borders to open, then I'll fly back to go and register and vote.
Register. Yeah, it's important. It's important. So what would you like to say, sir, about what is happening to Chella? Chella is now out of custody. At least he's at home. What would you say about that?
All right. Okay. You know what? I don't just want to. I'll speak. All right. I'll just go to the point. Number one.
Okay.
When Chella was arrested, and we believed that to say, being a democratic country, they're going to be like transparency, where they are going to allow people to see him. He can have a voice to see the lawyers to speak for him. But all those things never happened. We just saw that, oh, he has been shifted from Lusaka, he has gone to Copper Belt. And that never moved the heart of the fearless youths. And number two is, when the time came that he was released on bond, I'm just trying to be fast and pick points. When he was released from bond, we saw that everyone was excited. But before the minutes of excitement, we heard that he was re-arrested again. Jesus. And when all those things happened, the mood of the youths came down. But there is something before I speak about Chella and what happened is, we have the minister is this the minister of health? The minister of health? The minister of health was arrested by anti-corruption.
Yes.
And when the minister of youth was arrested by the anti-corruption, we saw that the moment he was arrested, within few minutes, he never even slept in a jail. He never even stepped in a prison or in a police custody. He had opportunity to be released, of which cannot happen to any common Zambian.
Imagine.
And when you look at it, it shows to say there are two types of people in the country. If you are not if you are not in authority, it means that you'll be treated anyhow, not according to the law. But people that are in authority, they're able, no matter how corrupt they are. Like looking at the minister, the issue has been with the anti-corruption, but the minister was released, was granted bail. We saw the president of, is it a UPP something, Mr. Charles, who's the mother was arrested because of speaking for the women, and he wanted to go and see the mother. An elderly woman was arrested, and the man could not go and see the mother. And when I watched the video, he said that the police asked him, are you one of the people that we are doing all these things? You see, so when we look at what has happened today, It's a good thing because Chella never deserved to be there in that condition. Even though there were some other issues that came up here and there, but he's a human being. He's speaking for the voiceless. He's having the voice to speak for the Zambians, and it's very exciting to see that he's no longer in police custody. He's home and able to do one or two things, prepare his mind, coming back together. But above all, what I know is when something like that has happened, God can allow such thing to happen in order for somebody to learn something that is going to bring out to encourage people who are out there. So my words will be that we are so happy for Chella to be out. We are so happy and excited as youths. And also I encourage all the youths out there who are fearless youths, not cowards, fearless youths who are able to stand firm and able to say, this is what we want to see in our motherland. I always tell people to say, if you cannot fight the battle today, your children are going to pay the price tomorrow. If you can't fight the battle today and enjoy what is happening, your children are going to fight the battle tomorrow. If you cannot fight the battle as a father, as a mother, as a youth, your children are going to go through what they were not supposed to go through. So my all encouragement goes to all the youths in Zambia to say stand firm, even though there has been a 30 million, is this the 30 million, 30 million kwacha, which has been released by the president towards the youths. And when you look at it, that cannot accommodate and do anything. So youths must rise up and never be bribed. You have to stand up on your rights. You have to understand to say there is always tomorrow. Today you can enjoy. Today you can eat something and be excited. Tomorrow, today you can dress well and be excited. But tomorrow your children are going to pay the consequences that you as a mother, you as a father, you are supposed to fight for. So we are praying that Zambia, which we call as a Christian nation, must remain like that. But we are not going to be bribed in the name of religion, in the name of prayers. We are going to stand up and to see that things that we need to see to be in place comes in place. We want to see Zambia, which will be a Zambia with no more corruption. No more corruption, where if a minister is corrupt, is arrested, and when the minister is arrested, must be accountable according to the law. Not when the minister is arrested today, the minister today is running in the street and going around and talking about COVID-19 without social distancing. All those things must be questionable, because we are seeing, the world is seeing, not only us. The whole world is looking at what is happening today in Zambia. No, not today. I posted something. I'll end by this. I posted something on my account, which I said the corruption in Zambia has gone to another level. And there's a song where people say another level, another level. It has gone to another level where everyone, if a minister is books, the minister won't be put in books. The minister will be released and will be walking and going around telling people about COVID-19, telling people about what is happening. Those things must come to an end, because you cannot bribe people in the name of money. People must come to understand to say there is something that is precious more than money. Money can finish. You can give me money today, but tomorrow money finish. But we have to look at the future for tomorrow. What happens tomorrow when the money finish? What happens tomorrow? When the 30 million are finished, what happens to the youths of tomorrow? So all those things must come, must be, it's very important to look into that. And my last word will be, all the men of God must rise up. People have been condemning to say,
thank you,
a man of God can never stand and speak about politics. We have to stand the Bible. Every man of God that is against to say man of God cannot speak about politics must go back to Bible college, because you need to understand to say every single man of God in the Bible like an example, Daniel. Daniel was a man who was a political advisor. Is a man that stood up to encourage the king, give them counsel. So we are praying that within Zambia, we are going to see men, not self-proclaiming men who are going to say, no, me, I'm a prophet in Zambia ordained by God, but you are fearing to speak about the things that matters most in the land. So that's my few words I can add, Lily.
Um, Thank you very much, sir. And I just wanted to add that Mr. Charles Chanda was also arrested after that live video. He was taken into custody. I spoke to him because I was supposed to have Mr. Charles Chanda yesterday on my live stream, and he was arrested for the words that he said in the live video. So be careful what you're saying on social media, guys, on your platforms, because you know, he was arrested for simply saying you will see what's going to happen to you and blah blah blah. So he stepped in the police cell, and our last communication yesterday was that he was trying to sort out his mother to be out of the cell. But from the last time we spoke, the mother was still there. So it's I don't even understand this government point where if somebody speaks, they're trying to threaten them. We have a journalist who's in custody at the moment as well. We need to do a separate live stream about him specifically because he works for a paper company or something like that. Now he's in custody for about corruption. He's in custody. Thank you so much, Commander One. If we can have our beautiful Jane speaking. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Lily. How are
Please
you?
don't play any music in the background when you come on the screen because it's interrupting the screen. I'm fine, thank you, sis. Good to see you.
Me too. I'm so happy and I'm very excited as well. Like the news, I just saw it now. I was like, no, it's like, is it real? You know, I'm so happy for Chella. So happy, and thank you so much for fighting for the youths. You know, we need people like you, so courageous people, and it's also a challenge to the youth, like what's currently going on in Zambia. Chella has proved that it's possible to fight, you know, no matter how much you are intimidated, but you stand up for your truth, you know. So I'm really happy. And again, guys, let's move on. This is like a starting point, you know. So don't give up. Whatever that the government is trying to do here and there, don't be scared, you know. It's like we're going for a war, so we gotta be prepared. Whatever comes, comes. But God is on our side. As long as like we are united again, not this one has his own mind, is gaining, like, you know what happened a few days ago. So I just want our Zambians to be united as youths, you know, fighting this thing together. We can make it. It's possible. Yeah. Don't be bribed, you know, like when I saw this thing of 30 million, immediately I was like, first of all, why are they targeting the artists? Because most of them, they were in the bush protesting. So they were like, if we can catch the leaders, then anyone else is going to fall in the trap, you see. So it has opened again, like, there's no way you're buying us, you know, we're more than that. So carry on, like, let's have that courage. You know what you want. No matter what's coming your way, no one will gonna buy you. As long as you stick to the point, like, this is what we want to see Zambia, you know. It's time to, it's time for a change. Zambia is crying for the change. So we better stick to that plan. And also, what I've seen, Chella, like, you know, people are design, like we have different callings. My calling is different from you, Lily, different from everybody, and we go through separate battles, you know. So Chella reminded me of Joseph in the Bible. When Joseph, his brothers rejected him, they sold him out, he went to Potiphar's, till the jail, you know. So big leaders, like, they always pass through jail. No matter how, you will never escape it, you know. So it has to be strong, you know, like, this is what God wants me to do. Carry on. Let's fight this battle, guys. Yeah, thank you so much, Lily.
Oh, thank you so much, Jane. And you know what Jane is talking about is we all have different skills. If you're talented in making flyers or leaflets, you can still be part of the movement. Some of you are great speakers, you still be part of the movement. But like I've said, and I've continuously said, please respect those in office. You know, their time will come when you can call them whatever name. But for now, respect them, respect them, respect them. Thank you so much. Uncle B has just made a comment from YouTube, and Uncle B is saying, I can only imagine how many Chellas are still in custody and their cases are yet to be heard. Gladys is out. I pray for my country. And I think I said it when I began this stream this evening that, look, we may have a job in the cells. We don't know how many more people are there that need to be helped out. Some are there by mistake, some are there by accident or by chance or because they were sent to do something. Some of them are there because they are just accused of something they didn't even do. And because our system is not, you know, like I was talking about on my Facebook page, my normal page, I was talking about the biometrics that we do here in the UK and, you know, South Africa, so I'm sure you know, and Auntie Martha, you know that you do biometrics there. But in Zambia, they don't. So somebody can commit a crime and another person will be accused. So how many more Chellas are out there? How many more people are out there in this, you know, justice, you know, and just fair and just kind of country? Because if we can have Dr. Chilufya, like what Commander One was saying, Dr. Chilufya was in, within minutes he was already out and he was already in Parliament. I'm like, hello, you've just had your fingerprints. If it was in the UK, he would be on suspension from his job for the next 6 months until the investigations end, because you have an allegation of corruption. Why are you in a position of power where people need your signature in order to authorize transactions? So it means the whole thing was a game. And that's why I want to do a separate live stream talking about Dr. Chilufya alone, because I really have a lot of points to talk about him. So thank you so much, Commander and Jane. Auntie Martha, how are you? Auntie Martha thought I blocked her, by the way, because she was wondering why she couldn't.
Yeah.
She was wondering why she couldn't call.
I was so freaked out.
How are you? Auntie, you were not happy last week?
You know what happened, actually?
You were not happy last week.
I thought you guys blocked me out, and I was wondering, what did I do now? But you know what? I'm extremely happy. I had sleepless night trying to find out exactly what is going on. You know, when you're on this side and things are happening at home, and you're wondering what the young man is going through, I was like, God, this young man must come out. You know, he must come out of jail. It was just hard on me.
Yes.
But I just want to say something to encourage the young people, because I was once a young person as well. And just to say that, you know, as you consistently push issues, you know, if you want something to move out of the way, you consistently push and not give up. And the young man, I can't remember his name, he spoke about pastors. I want to speak about men and women of God, because I am a pastor as well. I am ordained as a pastor. And I think people must go back to the basics. They must go back to study the Bible very well, because pastors should be included in this fight. Reason being, the Bible says, if you are in a place where the wicked are ruling, your freedom gets infringed. So as men and women of God, we need to be a part of politics. You know, it's just a flimsy excuse that people give and say, no, men and women of God, I'm a pastor's they are just trying to block the truth. You know, because as a child of God and as a pastor, you need to stand up and speak for the truth. I, for one, cannot see a baby drowning in poverty. I cannot see a child on the street and not lend out a hand. No matter how much I don't have enough cash, I can pick up a child from the street and accommodate them in my apartment. Why? Because I mean, I need to do something as a child of God. I'm not the kind of pastor who goes around calling people for tithes, offerings, and I'm not doing anything for the community. I mean, I have to go to work in the morning to go and work, and then I use my money to do things for God that I need to do. And I mean, if you want to see change, you know, men of God, if we want to see change, we must be a part of that change. We can't just be complacent with the how do you even you know, how do you even live with yourself when you know that the things that are going on in the country are wicked, when the things that are going on in the country are corrupt? What has corruption got to do with you as a pastor? You need to speak about it. You need to condemn it. You need to judge it. Yeah, you cannot just look at things and fold your hands and say, "Yeah, barat poka ma church." Let them poker you the church. Speak the truth. It's true. Let them poker me the church. Let me speak the truth. I mean, it's the same thing as when you are in the church, because somebody gives you more tithe and they are doing abominations. They are sleeping with young girls. They are sleeping with choir members. You know about it as a pastor. You shut up because you know they are paying you behind there. That's corruption. You understand? So people should stop hiding behind our way. We are religious. We are not supposed to speak about politics or whatever. That's just a flimsy excuse because they are part of that corruption. That's why they can't make comments. If you see a journalist keeping quiet about what is happening in the country, it's because they are part of the corruption. They are getting gigs from the government. If you see a pastor not saying anything about the corruption that's going on, it means they are part of that furniture. They are part of that corruption. I speak freely as a woman of God because I know nobody can bribe me. I'm unbribable. You can't bribe me. I know what I stand for. I know what I stand for. And if you are calling Zambia a Christian nation, you are a pastor, you are not correcting the wrongs that the leadership are going about doing, then on whose side are you? Because if we are pastors and we are talking about these things from a spiritual perspective, listen to me. We are speaking about it from a spiritual perspective. Why are you comfortable in that corruption? Why are you comfortable? If you are not a corrupt person, you are comfortable with the corruption that is going on. Why? Because now you many up. You are receiving the gift. That's why you don't have a voice. They have sealed you with a $10 note or a £10 note in your mouth. You keep quiet. Because obviously, if you are in their peril, you will not say anything bad about them. So we need to speak out. We have a voice to speak out, and let's speak the truth. And the truth, you know, the truth is not TUKUTAH. You understand? We are not insulting. We are just saying the truth. And they are trying to block the youth by saying, "Hey, there's nothing you know about politics." How did they grow up? Did they just become who they are from the blue? They fell from heaven somewhere, boom, and they become a member of parliament? No, they were also youths before. And they had to go through certain processes. And we have begun this process, young people, and we are not going to stop. There is no stopping, no looking back. You know, if it means us dying, let's die. You know, I know people are scared of, no, they'll kill us. So what? If you are in South Africa, you know young people have died for the truth. Young people have sacrificed their lives for the truth. Young people have sacrificed their lives for freedom. We cannot allow people taking our land and we are still alive and strong. We cannot. We are young. We are strong. Imagine somebody is taking your opportunity in front of you. Why? Because they've got money to pay, and you have more rights. You have the heritage of the country. So you fight about it. Nikumenya na guys, tie nikunkondo. Bazani manga na ine kana kama maniki. But you know, that's the truth. You know, let's talk. Let's fight, guys. Guys, I'm a pastors. Buke, wake up. Buke and I'm a pastors. I'm a prophet.
So
stop collecting there and collecting offerings for nothing. Use that offering to speak for you. You know. So I'm going to leave you guys, and I love you guys. I'm so happy that Chella is out. I'm excited. You know, I love him. You know, I don't know where he is today, but please pass my regards. Say Auntie Martha from South Africa. You know, like he's fighting for us. So I am so excited about him. Yeah, about you guys. I'm following you. You know, my daughter here, she kept saying, "Hey, Lily's on, Lily's on." She prompts me when you come on, and I love you. So honestly, we love you guys. We love you so much, guys. Keep on the good work. Hey, guys who are in the studio with me, keep up the good work. I love you. I love you. I love you, Lily. Love everybody. I'm going, but I'm gonna be with you guys and I want to give somebody else a chance to come on as well. Have a blessed evening, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mom. Mom has given a challenge to everybody, pastors, and I'm so glad, Commander One, you also talked about it, and then she's also mentioned, because we are lacking in that area where we have pastors that are actually speaking about what's happening. Hi, Monica Hart, are you there, please? Oh, Brian. Brian, how are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
But you know, when our mummies are speaking, we have to allow them to speak. But you can speak now. How are you? Yeah.
I'm very fine, and you, and the audience there and the viewers. How are you? Yes. You know.
How are you,
Yes.
sir?
We're fine, thank you.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm glad that Chella is out. Yes, we thank God for that. You know.
Yeah.
No matter how these people try to push us in the corner, but we won't stop, man. Oh yeah, we are going to speak for what is right and what is true. You know, because there is a lot of things that is going on in this country, but we need to speak. We need to talk. Yeah. You know, I was surprised today. I toured Matero, and you know, I remember the president talked about bars and clubs to be closed. But what I saw today in Matero, it was so surprising. I saw the bars and it was those big clubs open, and there were people there without masks, and I was surprised. And said those bars are in Emersdale and Matero, and there is Matero police there, so they could hear uh, um, the radios and everything. You know how Matero is. So I'm surprised if the there is a certain law which only apply for those people who are rich, and the certain law in the constitution or in Zambia which only apply for people who are poor. Because you know this thing it's really affecting other people. You know, it's not fair whereby my neighbor runs the same business, but his business is being opened, and the other neighbor is closed, but they are running the same business. Just because this one has money, this one doesn't have money. So I don't understand where this kind of I don't know. I don't know where these kind of laws are coming from, whereby these certain people can open their business, these certain people just because they are poor they can't open their business. This is not fair in this country. There are bars that are open, clubs that are open, and there are other clubs that are closed. And those clubs, when they open, police are uh, on them, you see. But there are other clubs which are open, but they are operating freely. People there crowded, and today Man U were playing, and there were a lot of people inside without face mask. Imagine. Now, I don't understand. I don't understand. That's what, when we talk, it's about arresting us. When we speak the truth, the police will be on us. Now, so, and when it comes to Chella, you know, he was arrested, and just because, and he was released on bail, and then because of people, they were excited because he was released, and he was rearrested. I don't understand where this country is going. I don't understand. Is it that they don't want us to speak, or what? Because if youths will be quiet, then who is going to speak for us? If youths won't speak, who's going to speak for us? You know, I remember our late president once used a certain word which I don't want to use here. I don't want to be pointed to that. He said this, I don't want to use. But I remember there is a certain word that he used for the for his ministers, but I don't want to say it. I'm sure they know the word he used. But the other thing I would say is that he said educated people are the most coward in the world. And I have seen and I have witnessed this kind of class, so-called educated people. Once they have been given a brown envelope, they close their mouth. I've heard and I've seen certain politicians who are opposition, but they are busy defending the ruling party. Now, what is the law of the opposition? Is it to defending or to give checks and balances from the government? So
I think it's frozen. You can speak, Prophet J. Prophet J.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me on this broadcast. I believe everyone is doing very well. I can see Prophet Bernard there, and I believe my sister Liv is doing very well. Yeah, so I just got in. I had a service. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah, I believe I just want to contribute. Though, what is the motion? What is it that you are talking about? Lily, what is the motion? I can't hear you.
Okay, basically, on Sunday we had a prayer, didn't we?
Yes, yes, we are a player. Yeah, I remember we prayed together.
What
Yes.
was we had we prayed for two things. Who did we pray for? What did we pray about?
We prayed for the peaceful protest and also about Chella.
Yeah. So the CHELLAH TUKUTA is the one we are here celebrating. He's at home now.
Okay. Yeah, no, I believe God is faithful, and every time when we call upon God, He answers. And I believe we are still to see the hand of God moving upon the nation of Zambia. Like I told you that there are things that happen, and when they happens, it's not like God is not watching. God is watching, because every time when God places people into leadership, what is needed is accountability is needed. So accountability, when it comes to leadership, even God is interested in accountability. When you look at the king Saul, he failed to account for whatever he was doing, and God rejected him. So I believe as we came together on Sunday and we prayed, God is faithful and is just, and He has heard our prayers, and we should return all the glory and all the honor unto Him. And I believe the great and more good things are coming our way, and we are going to see God working in Zambia. And we should not panic. We should do everything as we are. We should just relax and do whatever we are doing, but we shouldn't panic, because we are praying for the nation of Zambia. We are praying for the peace to prevail. And when we go into 2021, what will be on the throne is people that can account for whatever they are doing, the people that are going to occupy the presidential city. It is righteous on the throne. And you know, most of the time when we do things like I alluded last time, that God, He respects our will.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm still saying it today, that as Zambians, we should first accept the blame. And if we take the blame, that is when change is going to come. Because we voted for some people to be there. And as long as we keep blaming them, first we should blame ourselves and say we are the one, because of our negligence, we are the one who have brought ourselves to where we are. And we look at what is it that we can do for us to come out of this situation. And we are going to come out. There is only one sure way, and the sure way is that we are going to come out, no matter the matter. We don't want to prophesy. We don't want to come and say prophesy. Like I said, as prophets, we don't influence the will of people. God has given people what we call will, and will is a free gift. But we know this thing, and God is going to move, and we are going to have our peace back. Just like Malawi was celebrating, and God is about to do wonderful things. The protest was peaceful. Chella came out on bail. We saw that God is and is hearing our prayers. And what is needed now for us is just to do things, is for us to act in accordance, to do things that are right. We need to go into a mindset, like I said, most of the problems that we have today is as a result of our mindset. Because politicians are going to come and they are going to start promising more than what they can do. And they'll begin to tell you to say, right now they are moving and going, they are going countrywide and saying they are empowering youths. Why all this? What they could not do in 4 years, how come they can do it just in 11 months? So as youths, we should come to a point of realization where we look at things not from a short side point of view, but we look at things from a long side perspective, and we are going to come out of whatever we are in today. Look at right now, they are moving, there is empowerment everywhere. Where I'm seeing, you'll see this minister in this constituency, they are doing empowerment. But what about this, all this, wow, where were they? That is the question. That is the question. So there is a song I love so much. that is done by Impi. I believe you know the song that by Impi, and that song I take it as a prophetic song, and it's only that as Zambians we don't open our minds. It's like blind. We are blinded just in a day. Just a stenge, and they buy you chibuku, and you become blindfolded just because of the stenge material. But that song for Impi, you look at the song for Impi to say, ngayafika insta ya kuvota, vaichefya ngapushi walokwa. That is the prophecy. And this is actually, campaign has already started. But we should not be moved because change is going to come. And one day we'll sit here and Lily will be doing a live broadcast and this is what we said because time has come. And we are not for a year campaigning, but time has come. Change has to come. Change is coming in the nation of Zambia. And we are going to see change. There is nothing like rigging. They can't rig the election. It shall be just like the way it was in Malawi. It will just be a clear defeat. You understand? It will just be a clear defeat. Rigging. So we just need to have faith and continue and united in everything that we are doing. Unity is the language that we are supposed to have. We need to be united in our mindset, in speech. We don't need to be divided because they have brought us a stenge, they have brought us whatever you call it. We need to be united and remain focused, and we need to remove the Saul out of office so that David can come in the office.
Wow.
So change is coming.
Powerful. Powerful. Yes.
Coming.
Yes. Prophet, I just need you to comment on this because change is coming. Did you comment on this? ABC in 2016, you all said Lungu was chosen by God. It does not choose a who understands the country.
Yeah, let me comment on that and let me make the viewers also to understand. You need to understand that when King Saul was appointed as a king, it was God who approved. You understand? And it was the same God who approved King Saul as a king. It was the same God who rejected him. So the fact that somebody can be in office, the Bible in Romans, it talks about that every leadership, it comes from God. So no matter how we can see, God can allow it, but we need also to bear in mind that at a certain time, when a person who has been accepted by God, they don't follow the protocols of God, God can also reject you. Just like King Saul, God said, I have rejected him. I'm looking for the man after my own heart. And the Bible says Samuel was a prophet, and Samuel being a prophet, he prophesied, and I mean, he was even praying, even fasting for Saul. And God said, for how long are you going to mourn and cry for Saul, seeing that I've rejected him? So it doesn't mean if prophets, they prophesy. When God has rejected you, he has rejected you. So when you look at President Lungu, it doesn't matter those who prophesied, who said he will be a president. And if you follow one of my prophecies, you go on YouTube, you check, I prophesied about the winning, that he's going to win. But I prophesied in 2015. And I said, but 2021, he's not going to be in office. And I'll stick to that. It doesn't matter. I don't campaign. I'm not here to influence the will of people, but just to say what we call the fact, because the facts, they don't have opinions. And that is what God is saying. So the fact that people said, no, Lungu will be president is chosen by God. The same God who can choose you is the same God who can reject you, just as God rejected Saul. So we shouldn't be worried to say, but men of God, some were saying Lungu has been chosen. Yes, he can be accepted. Lungu, you need to understand, Lungu did not come, or His Excellency President Lungu, he did not come into office because he was ordained by God. Lungu came into office because he was loved by people. Just like when King Saul was chosen, it was not God who chose King Saul. The people wanted a king for themselves. So when people wanted a king, God accepted it. You need to understand, there is what we call There is what we call acceptable will, and there is what we call the perfect will. The perfect will is when God has just appointed you from birth that you are a leader, like David. It was God who announced David. But when Saul became the king, he became the king through what we call acceptable will. People demanded for a king, and God said, okay, since you want, it is okay. Just like when a parent at home, you want to go for a party, your parents, they don't want you to go. And you bother so much, they will say, okay, go, but you should come on time. So even Saul was not chosen. It is the people who chose the king for themselves. And they went to cry to the prophet and say, we want a king, and we have got a king here. And God looked because he respects the desires of heart. Just like the Bible says in Psalms 37, delight unto God, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. God respects your desires. The fact that even if God has got his own agenda, but you as a human being, even right now, you yourself, you can say, no, we are going for Lungu. It doesn't mean that God has allowed that, but the fact that it is your desire, God respects your desire. After the fall of Adam, you need to understand God has given us the gift of free will. And that is the greatest gift to humanity. In Deuteronomy 39, verse 19, it says, I've given you power to choose. So God has given you power to choose. Whatever you choose, God accepts it. But in the mind of God, there is also the things that he wants. So in the mind of God, he wanted David. But people, before the time of David can come, people wanted a king. So God said, anyway, it is fine. But the problem is this, and I want you to listen very carefully. The problem is this: when somebody is under acceptable will, when you sin, God does not retreat back. Just like when Saul sinned, the Bible says God said, I've rejected him. Even if he repent, I cannot take him back. President Lungu was not under a perfect will. He was under acceptable will. So the fact that he has sinned and he has gone contrary to what God wanted him to do, what I can say is God has rejected him. And I told him myself in his inbox, he didn't reply to me. I told him, if there is a best thing that you can do right now is to step up. You just step out, you come out. Because these politicians, when you advise them, they don't respond. That's why we come open and say, this is what God is saying. When we inbox them, they don't respond. So I don't know if that is clear or I've answered that question for somebody who asked that question. The question to the prophet, does this apply to those who read? God respects your will as human beings. When you choose something, God respects it. He honors your will. He respects your will. So God is not going to contradict himself. He says, delight unto me, I'll give you the desires of your heart. So when you choose yourself right now, you can choose to go into poverty again. You can choose. God will respect, will honor that decision. But President Lungu, let me end on this. He was not in office under a perfect will. He was in the office under acceptable will. Like if my sister Lily right now, if there is a husband that God has allocated for you, and yourself, there is another man that you just love, and you keep praying about that, fasting about that, God is going to accept because you are his daughter. He's going to accept that. But once you make a mistake, once you make a, there is no forgiveness. Once you make a mistake, there is no turning back. That is what happens under acceptable will. So when you bother, oh God, man, I love this man, God will say, okay, it is up to you, I'm giving you. So our president was not in office under perfect will. It was acceptable will. People loved him because they said he's on a ticket of the late President Sata. People loved the party. So they did love, God did not choose him, but people loved him. God accepted that. I don't know if you have answered.
Powerful. Commander One, what is your comment on that one?
Praise God. Well, I was just listening to what the prophet was saying. When you look at people pose the question about the president and the man of God explained something. Number one, I'll look at King Saul and David, like how the man of God said. King Saul was selected by people and not by God. People said, put a demand to say, we need a king. We need this man. This man is capable, is looking like a warrior, is looking like he's going to protect our family. We see the truth in him. We see the humbleness in this man. So people looked at King Saul as a humble person, as a warrior, as a person who's going to protect the people. And God endorsed what people wanted. So what happened is this. When you need something, God can give you what you need, even if he's not involved. He'll give you and you'll stay back, looking at what you want. That's how God does. So this is how God does. When you pray and you are unable to wait for the instruction of God, God will enable you to get what you want because you want it. And you will stay back looking at you. That's what God did when people wanted a king, and God gave them King Saul. So Saul was a man not from God, but from the people. People's will, people's desire. That's what God gave to them. And the time came that God gave them David. David was a man after God's heart. Look at David. David did a lot of atrocities. David did a lot of negative things. David did something that was unbearable. But God still said, this man is a man after my heart. So when God put a man after his own heart and he releases that man, you know what happened? Even if a man goes astray, God will release men of God who are going to speak to that particular man, and the man will obey. Look what is happening today. If a man who is not set by God is an authority, the Bible is very clear. People begins to mourn. People begins to cry. People begins to mourn and cry. But a man that is set by God on the throne, people begins to rejoice. So when people see the man is on the throne, like I said earlier on, in our country, it's high time that we stop using religion. We stop using prayers in the name of conciliation. After prayers and fasting, what happens? What happens? People will pray, people will fast, will go angry. Even people in Shangombo who don't have meal. People in Chadiza who don't have food, they will leave. They will come for prayer, not because they are fasting. It's because they have not been eating for 7 days. There is no meal. There is no food. They are coming there because they are escaping to say after prayer, they are going to give us something. Prayer and fasting is when you have got something. You know that after I finish prayer and fasting, there is something I'm going to eat at the end of the day. Not because you don't have money to buy meal and you say I'm going to fast for God to give me something. So it's high time that we stop using that and look at to God, genuinely looking to God, not in the name of because if I speak, I'm going to have brown envelope. If I speak, I'm going to have pink envelope. Either pink envelope, either black envelope, either a dark envelope, whatever it may be. It's very, very important as men and women of God to stand up and realize. I'll give an example. I am a man of God. I'm a man of God. I have people that I pastor. The people that comes to me, they trust me. They know that if I go to Prophet Bernard, if I speak to him, I'm going to find comfort. If I speak to him, I'm going to find solution. So if I fail to stand for these people openly, but I'm jumping on the pulpit, I'm jumping on the pulpit and saying, God is the healer. God is doing this. I hear God is speaking this. But publicly, I'm failing to speak to those for the people that comes close in the building. It means I'm hypocrite. It's hypocrite. I'm a person that is standing outside the will of God. It's time to stand like Elijah, Elisha. These are the men that stood firm. I'll end by saying this word. When you look at look at the book of Daniel, Daniel was a man who was a counselor. He was a man who was a spiritual counselor to the kings. He was giving counsel to the kings. But one day came that the king betrayed him with the people. The people said, this man is worshiping a foreign God. So we are going to impose some laws and regulation.
Amen. Okay, I'm about to go, Lily. I'll be driving very soon. I'm about to go out. I just wanted to add
Thank
on,
you so
like,
much.
before
Yeah.
I go out right now. Yeah, in just a minute. Yeah, just like the prophet has said, when a person is sent from God, when they are corrected, they listen. When Saul was corrected by Samuel, he did not listen. Why? Because he was not from God. And in Bemba we say, mwana karira mbozo, mwana mupase. So mwana ngare left pamupere. So people cried for Lungu. He says the chosen one. God said, okay, he's the chosen one. He gave me.
When you look at it, you discover that
I got my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Tomorrow, Sunday, Prophet Jay, come and pray for us. Take care.
Remind people there is a perfect will and there is acceptable will. Our president was not for the perfect will, it was for the acceptable will, not perfect. So God bless you. Thank you.
Much. Bye. Okay. Thank you so much. Wakabisa, how are you, my brother? Wakabisa, how are you? Frozen? It's frozen. Salome. Somehow you can say something whilst we are waiting for people. We'll be ending the stream shortly.
Yeah,
I think there's Mutale in the background. Monica Hart as well.
all right. All right. I just want to talk about the 30,000 US dollars that the president gave to, I'll just say the musicians and the arts. You know, me, I'm too, I don't know, I just think a lot, okay? Why did the president only help or target the musicians instead of the entire nation? Because that money, it could have been invested into something that could create jobs, okay, for the youths. But why musicians? So the time that I wanted to talk about this, now we had men of God on scene. So I think this is just my opinion. I think they sat down and they are paying musicians so that they when it is campaign time, they campaign with them. Okay, so they look in that area, not for every youth, because if at all they considered the cry of the youth in Zambia, they could have planted industries. Okay, some maybe like province, northwestern province, northern province, but they did not. Okay, they are targeting musicians because they campaign with them. This is the reason why we are not going to stop talking, because things that are happening right now are not impressing the citizens of this nation, but certain individuals. Even the meeting which was in Lusaka for the youths, no one from the Copper Belt attended. From northwestern province, no one attended. But they're saying the youths at the meeting with ministers. They just called youths from Lusaka. Did we have youths from other provinces? No. Even the musicians themselves, they just are getting the musicians from Lusaka. Do we only have musicians in Lusaka? No. Are the only musicians suffering in this country? No. There are a lot of people in the compound, not the musicians. Those they make money. They own their own studios. When they upload songs for someone to download, they are paid. Even for shows, they are paid. So why concentrating on the musicians instead of creating industries for the youths? So this is where now we are lacking it as a nation. We do not know what should come first and what should be second or last. We are just doing anything when.
I don't know who's having a really bad signal. Sorry, Samuel, just wait. I think it's on. Yeah. Sorry, Samuel.
Yes. All right. So on that one, I'm disappointed.
I think your signal is bad. You need to log out and come back.
All right.
Because it's noise. Yeah. Log out and come back. How are you, Commander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the issue that I talked about is done now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So our encouragement is on the youths. Our encouragement is on the youths, not to fear, but to stand firm, to understand, to say nothing comes cheap on the silver plate. If you want something good to happen in your life, nothing good comes cheap. Everything you have to take a risk. Everything you have to fight for it. There is nothing that comes out comes out on the silver plate and then you find begins to enjoy it. It's very, very important. Like our brother was talking about, to say the money is going diverted to the musicians. But us who are not musicians, I'm going to start singing songs.
Yeah.
It's me. I have to start composing songs as well, so that I can be part and parcel of the finances that have been released. But it's not everyone that is going to participate, is going to get. For example, if musician in Lusaka, you find that it's only people in Lusaka are going to get. When they're going to divide the 30 million, they divide in all the provinces, it means that it will be very difficult for each and every musician or the youths to have that particular parcel or package. So it would have been good advice for the government to set up like industry, something that is going to empower youths, something that is going to employ, so that at the end of the day they know that, okay, I'm working, I'm going to get something at the end of the day. Okay, I'm doing something, at the end of the day I'm going to do something. Like I always tell people, the people that they are doing this to the youth today, they are the one that comes begging. They kneel down. They don't come on the red carpet. They kneel down. they kneel down before people to say, please, if you give me 1 vote or 2 votes or 5 votes, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, and F. Like our time, people voted for PF because there was a slogan that came that more money in the pocket. So people moved by that language of saying more money in the pocket. So we are going to have what? Money in our hands. There will be at least opportunities that are going to open. But it's in 2020, 2019, 2020, we are seeing that it is with withdrawing more money from people's pocket that will happen. So my encouragement goes to every youth, every man of God, everyone to stand up and not just to when gather pray, whereas white collars and pray and speak in big tongues. At the end of the day, the same men of God that prayed on that particular time, they become mocked. They are being mocked each and every day. They are being mocked. No one is being consulted. No one is being called and being questioned to say, can we do this? Can we go into this direction? It's very, very important to know that if we cannot fight the battle today, if you cannot fight the battle today, your children are going to pay the price dearly tomorrow when you are not going to be there. If you can eat a chicken today, your children tomorrow, they are going to pay the consequences for the cost they are going to be living. So it's very, very important that the eyes are open. And when it comes to voting, never vote because of your stomach. Vote because of your mind. Stomach can lead you because they give you 100 kwacha for you to buy something, and you vote for the stomach, which is not going to pay you tomorrow. But vote for the brain, for somebody that you know is going to be responsible, is going to be a man who is going to stand with you, who is going to come back to you people and say, okay, I'm representing you guys. This is what is going on in this place, and you sent me to go and represent you. I have come back to hear what you want me to speak about because I am standing as a representative. Those are the people that we need. So that at the end of the day, the youths, they have a voice. There will be no more protesting because there is somebody who is standing and speaking for those people.
Thank you so much, sir, for your support. Have Salome speaking, please. Auntie Salome, are you? Auntie Salome, you?
Hi. I'm all right. How are you?
You can have your volume. Yeah. How are you, ma'am? How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you as well.
Yeah.
Well, I would just like to say I'm so glad that Chella is out, and we give all the praise and honor to God who's allowed that Chella can be out at this time. My second point is I would like to urge all the youth in Zambia to start speaking to their relatives, their family members, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their aunts and uncles about the importance of voting for the right candidate next year. We need to start to speak to each other in our families and air our views about the concern of the youth in the country and what is bothering them if they vote the wrong candidate again next year. So we need to start talking to each other and let us air our views. My third point is going to the other political parties in the country. You and I, Lily, stay in the United Kingdom, and you have seen the opposition parties, how they've put up a shadow cabinet. We know who is in the shadow cabinet for the Labour Party here in England. We know who's standing as a cabinet minister in the Labour Party. But back home, we've got the MMD, we've got the UPND. Do we know who's in the shadow cabinet? We don't know. So who are they putting the position in the government when they come in power? We don't know. So these are points which the opposition party should be addressing now, that they should be showing people that these are the people who are going to stand in the shadow in the cabinet when they come in power. For instance, who's going to be in the Minister of Health? Who's going to stand in the defense? Who's going to be in the education? We don't know. We don't want to assume that they've got people who can be in those positions. We need to be knowing now who's going to be in those positions so that we make an open decision. We know who is going to do what, not just putting people in power. It's a shame that we've got elderly people in the cabinet at this point in time. When are they going to retire? Give chance to young people. What is the retirement age in Zambia? What is the retirement age? Why can't people give chance to young people? It is
They want to increase it to 7.
Come on, guys. No. We cannot allow that. Give chance to other people. We cannot be having recycled politicians all the time. Please, whoever comes in power next year, don't allow other people in other parties to come back and repeat the same things all the time. Enough is enough. People of Zambia have suffered enough. We want to come back home, but because of the corruption in the government, we cannot. We are not going to survive. We come back to Zambia because we are not used to the corruption. I've been in England for 20 years. And honestly, when I go to Zambia, I struggle because I don't see any reason why I should be being corrupt just to pay a service for somebody who's being paid for that service. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You can't be mwala osha, but somebody, or mule osha, but a mulipilaba government.
Yeah.
Is that more? It's normal. I went to get my rage last year. For me to get a rage, I was asked, can you mubashire for a drink? Why am I giving somebody for a drink? What for? When somebody's being paid? No. Come on, we can do better. We are definitely better than this. Not just somebody. Oh, that is the job of the, not that because it's a political. It is the duty of that government to do whatever they're supposed to be doing. Thank you very much. I'd like to say thank you, lady, for standing up and helping out and facilitating the donations from the diaspora.
Yes.
And it is really hard to work with people, but you have done yourself well. You have done a commendable job, and thanks to you. Thank you, guys. Keep on doing what you're doing. I helped the struggle to remove Kaunda with Chiluba. So by that time, I was a youth, and I helped to move Kaunda and bring the democracy to Zambia, the democracy. Don't throw it away. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you so much, Mom Salome. God bless you. if we can have Conrad speaking
Can I come?
very wise words from you, telling us not to give up. You fought hard during Kaunda, and the point on recycled politicians, Esther even talked about it. Get rid of recycled old politicians who completely who are out of touch of reality of lives of Zambians. And retirement age at the moment is 65, but they are trying to push it. The current government is trying to push it 70 years old, meaning I'll never get a chance to work in parliament until Madam Kandoluo is 70 in the next 5 years. In the next 5 years, I'll be 42. Why should I wait till I'm 42? Yeah. Okay, come in. Conrad, how are you? Good to see you. What do you want to say?
Thank you, and good to see you too. Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I just want to talk about just 3 things. Yeah. First of all, I want to talk about this 30 million kwacha they've released to be given to artists. Yes, to artists, whatever the categories. But in the Zambian context, artists obviously mean musicians, nothing else, nothing like people who are creative, like people who make tables, carpenters out there, nothing like maybe for comedians out there and stuff like that. Now, we also, in this last week, we also saw that the government, some government ministers held a meeting with a handpicked number of youths in those offices, you know. Yeah, like these people, the area they realized that Lusaka alone is not Zambia, the better. I wonder why they couldn't organize a meeting, like a big meeting maybe in a conference hall where they invite people from all the corners of the country. Maybe at least the least number, or maybe at least 5,000 to 10,000 people from all over the country to come and represent the youths, so that people discuss whatever they want and whatever they feel like, whatever they can contribute on the table and stuff like that. But they just handpick a handful of people, probably less than 10 or less than 20. And that video they paraded, if you can see, dominantly, it was only Doris Leah who was speaking. No, if you guys, we can organize some money, then you start farming, just outside Lusaka, maybe kuma State Lodge, Chongwe, whatever, we give you farms and start farming. Like, come on, really? Is that really what we are looking for? Certainly not. And also, they should also realize that when youth speak out, it's not all about things like we are looking for, we want money. Then we will stop speaking and keep quiet. What people want at the moment are equal opportunities, like make things easy for a youth like you and I to start our own businesses, to start working hard in the country. Make things easy, lower the taxes, work hard, and they should work hard and improve the value of the kwacha to acceptable levels, maybe 5 kwacha per $1, like they found it in 2011. Those are the things we're looking for. Jobs. If that 30 million kwacha could have been used, like maybe they could have topped up some little amounts of money and set up a small, I don't know whether a small scale or a big scale gold mine somewhere, maybe in Petauke or elsewhere in Northwestern Province or in Mumbwa. Create permanent jobs. They could have created a lot of jobs for people to start working by themselves as youths. They could have created a small company to start maybe a gold mine, float it on Lusaka Stock Exchange, let youths, Zambian youths, buy the shares from that particular company they would create, so that youths can benefit in that manner. Now, when they give that money to, say, artists, there's nothing really that is going to happen. That money will be squandered and it will be finished in in no time. Very few people will benefit, you see. And people who are going to benefit are those who already have money. Talk about this guy, King's Malembe guy, who was coming out. I know we support the government of the day, blah, 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 blah. Even HH Ngawina next year come supporter because he will be a president at that time, blah, 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 blah. That's not, those are the people who are likely to get this particular money because they sing and dance for the government, for the so-called government of the day. You see? A genuine youth out there, a hardworking youth out there in Shangombo, in Kawambwa, in Mpulungu, Sesheke won't be able to benefit anything. One, because that person wasn't even there in that meeting they organized with Benedora Slia. Benedora Slia, they only think that youths are only found in Lusaka, Zambia is only in Lusaka, nothing else. Even when they are distributing the development across the country, it's only in Lusaka. Nothing can be pointed at elsewhere in the country. Yeah, that's just that. Like 30 million kwacha, they could have used it for better things. Make sustainable companies, create sustainable jobs for people. Yeah, then the second thing, I want to talk about Chitalu Chiufia's arrest. You know, some of these things, we have seen it, we've seen them, and we are going.
Conrad.
Are you able to hear me?
By the way, Conrad, it's nicer when you say it in dollars because 30 million kwacha sounds like it's $1.6 million. That's how much they are. 1.6 million.
Those are just my change from the corruption they are stealing. You know, $1 million for a fire tender, then you just look for a $600,000 on top. Like that's just as good as selling 2 fire tenders, then giving my youth that go and eat, you can shut up, stop talking about government corruption. Those are the things it's just as good like they've sold 2 fire tenders, one from Kaoma and the other one from Betauki, and start telling people like go and keep quiet, shut up, stop talking about government corruption. You talk about government corruption, we'll start arresting you. Those are the things that are going to be happening. We are not going to be surprised if some of these youths, we are not going to be surprised if some artists from some sections of the country are going to keep quiet. Perhaps it will be because of they have benefited from this particular money, you know. So those are the signs that we are going to be seeing. Yeah, like it's just my change. Those are just my change from corruption. These guys have stolen so much wealth and they own properties everywhere in Lusaka, in Swaziland, Eswatini, I mean, in Uganda, in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, everywhere they own properties. And when they lose power, you will never see them in Zambia. They'll be in those particular countries. That's why they'll be living. Exile. They are already guaranteed with protection in exile. They will never be prosecuted. Not even their families. Those are the things we are likely to see. Yeah. The second thing, Chitalu Chiufia's arrest. Yeah, this guy was arrested, but we heard that 30 minutes later, he was released on police bond. 14 hours, we see him answering questions for oral answers in parliament. What's the meaning of that? That my nonsense. Justice is just selective justice. The guy only spends 30 minutes in less than 30 minutes. I don't know whether he even stepped in a cell. He never. I doubt even if he even stepped in a cell. But they've kept Chellah Tukuta in cells for more than 7 days without taking him to court. Without taking him to court, more than 5 days without taking him to court, which is against the laws of Zambia. Perhaps maybe Chellah Tukuta may even sue them for unlawful detention, for exceeding the average 48 hours of detaining a person without taking him to court. But the guy, Chitalu Chiufia, spends less than 30 minutes in the hands of the police. He's already released in police bond. 14 hours, he's already at parliament. answering questions for oral answers, in readiness to vote for Bill 10. Those just useless stuff. Like these people, the arrest of Chitalu Chilufya is not a new thing. It's the same thing that what will happen to Chitalu Chilufya is the same thing that happened to Amos Chanda and who is that one? Zindaba Soko from Ratsa. Like they were arrested for their project, for the projects, for alleged corruption on the project they had for speed cameras. Amos Chanda is believed that he received more than an excess of more than $200,000. I don't know whether, yeah, $200,000, and Zindaba Soko benefited $250,000 from the company that won the bid to put up speed cameras on some roads in Lusaka. You know, the guys were taken to court. They only appeared in court like 2-3 times. What we saw is a nole prosequa. Yes, when a new government comes into power next year, Amos Chanda and Zindaba Soko will never be arrested on the same charges. What will happen? They will be claiming that this case is on a nole prosequa, meaning the case is ongoing. The case is still ongoing. Perhaps like it was just halted. Chitalu Chilufya may even be acquitted completely. When Chitalu Chilufya is acquitted completely on corruption charges, it means that he has been declared clean, a clean man, on all those houses that he's been building all over Lusaka, and my Ministry of Health transactions deal, those companies, those contracts that is being given to companies which don't exist to supply drugs. When he will be released from prison, when he will be released, acquitted, he will be declared corrupt-free, corrupt-clean. Even when a new opposition, when a new government comes into power, say Chishimba Kamwili or Hakainde Hichilema or Sevia Chishimba comes in, those people, they can't accuse Chitalu Chilufya on the same charges. They can't, because that is like a thing, like the so-called protection against double jeopardy, yeah, something like that, where a person can't be tried again on the same charges. That's the thing, like he will be protected from double jeopardy. So they should look for other cases to arrest him. They may, like even before the general election next year, the Anti-Corruption Commission may arrest probably a good number of government officials, take them to court, they appear only 2 or 3 times, then later on they are acquitted. You see, they'll be acquitted and they'll be declared clean. Even if a new government was to come in, a genuine government will try to prosecute those people, but they won't be able to prosecute those people because they were already declared clean by the courts of law. And the guy will continue, will forever be enjoying corruption, will forever be enjoying corrupt money, and etc. etc. They'll be swimming in corrupt money even if they are out of power. That's the thing. Is anyone able to hear me? Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, carry on, don't worry, carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. So we are like, we may see a number of, before general elections next year, in between, we may see a number of government officials getting arrested and acquitted and declared clean. Honorable Ronald Chitotela, the same happened to him. He was arrested on corruption charges. He only appeared in courts 2-3 times or 4 times. Then he was declared clean, acquitted. Meaning that next year he will continue swimming in corrupt money, enjoying his corruption that he acquired. Even if he will be out of government, he will continue enjoying those things. The state may not even seize his properties because he will be clean. He obtained those money clean according to the courts. That's what is going to happen. Probably these people, they are smart. They know what they are doing. They know very well what they are doing. They know very well what they are doing, and they know what they are busy with. That's why they will try by all means. In fact, they may not even power very easy. They want to forever remain and continue stealing. Anyone who speaks out, is deemed as an enemy. of the state. Anyone who speaks against them is deemed as an enemy, when in the actual sense, it's just like you and I are supposed to stand up on our rights and speak out. Yeah. Then the third thing I want to talk about, Chella's release. Yes, we received that as a good news, very good news. But we just urge the state to stop abusing their positions, their powers, to silence people who criticize them and who speak against them. Speaking against the state does not mean that you are an enemy of the state. Speaking out is just a freedom of expression, the freedom of expression, freedom to speak out, and must be respected. The state must respect that at all costs. Arresting someone on trumped-up charges, like, just besides that's whatever Chellah Tukuta was saying against, or alleged to have said against some government officials, that's their private matters. Police, there's no need for police to intervene, to come into that and start abusing. I don't know. I don't understand some of this, why things happen in this way in Zambia. I don't understand. I don't get it. When you insult the president, defamation, whatever. Now, the so-called defamation stuff, defamation of the president stuff, now has extended even the ministers. When someone speaks against the ministers, can that really warrant someone to unleash police on a citizen and arrest them based on that? As in, come on, really. We are not in a banana republic. We are in a country that is governed by laws and rules. Like, laws and rules have to be followed. That what Chella Tukuta did. It's a private matter between Doris Lee and the other four and Chella Tukuta himself. Police doesn't need to come in and start locking a citizen up based on a civil case, civil matters. No. Police can only come in if it's a criminal offense. Yes. Some of the things, I think lawyers should wake up. Lawyers in Zambia should wake up and start speaking out against abuse of some of these penal codes, like some of these laws from the penal code by the state. You see, Chella is our hero. Chella is speaking out on our behalf. Everyone is not happy with what is happening in the country. We are all not happy with what is happening. Our country for the past 5 years, has been suffering from problems that are self-inflicted. This government that was elected in 2016 has no interest whatsoever to develop Zambia, to make Zambia a better nation in the region, to make Zambia a prosperous nation in the region. These people who are serving us have overstayed. It's high time fresh blood comes into the government. It's high time the system of operating some of these things is changed. We are tired. We are sick and tired of people of being governed by people who don't have ideas, who have run out of ideas because they have overstayed. They don't know where to drive the country anymore. They don't know what to do anymore. They can't tell me that every time they want to put up an investment, it has to be foreigners all the time to manage our little resources, our resources that we have. It doesn't need to be foreigners all the time. Zambians are also investors on our own, are also investors on their own. They are qualified Zambians who can run things like mines, who can run things like manufacturing industries and stuff like that to create better jobs for the people of Zambia. Zambians can do that on their own without any external help from anywhere. External help, yes, we are not saying that perhaps we are not saying that foreigners should be, should not. Foreigners can only partner with Zambians, but Zambians should be in full control of whatever is happening. for example, the board of some of these things, for the board of some of these mines should be like, I think like 100% Zambians, the leaderships and everything. These things should be controlled by Zambians, like 100%. We can't be begging whites all the time. We can't be begging Chinese people to follow labor laws and stuff like that. If they fail to follow those labor laws, then the state begins to protect them and all those kind of things. Like, we can do it on our own. If Europeans can do it, why can't we? Why can't we do it? What can make us fail to do it? Provided that we have the manpower. Provided that we have the labor force is there, labor market is where all the graduates are there's just a pool of graduates in Zambia who are not doing anything. If someone is to graduate, then they go back in the society, they get stranded, start looking for jobs around and like start spending years in the society looking for jobs for them to be recruited. If they are to be recruited, if you are to be recruited, it's either nowadays the sanity as Zambia has been reduced to a country now that is such that if you are to be recruited, you have to dance for them and sing for them and do things that are pro-PF in that direction for you to be considered. Yes.
I'll hold you for a minute because Matthew's network keeps on going. If Matthew can just speak a little bit, because I know you're in Germany, you have network. Is it Sweden? Matthew, how are you?
All right.
Hi, Lily.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay. It's great news today.
I'm fine. How are you? Are you getting me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It is. Yeah, it is. And I'm very happy. And they're doing a very good job. I must recommend you. Yeah, you're doing a very good job. Are you getting me?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
I can get you.
Yeah. And they're doing a very good job. I must recommend you. We need, if we had 10 or 15 people doing this, I'm sure the information, such things could be heard even in rural areas. Yeah, I just want to point out a few things as a concerned youth, not as a politician. Yeah, the first thing it's about empowerment, the issue of empowerment thing. Yeah, Lily, if I come to you asking for help, and then if you get a 3,000, okay, I'll give a practical example. I need to pay rentals. I need to buy food, and then I come to you, I need help. You, as a good parent, you don't have to give me a 5,000 to go and pay rentals and to go and buy food for myself. No, because if you give me a 5,000 and then I use a 2,000, what will remain? Is it going to multiply itself or it will reduce? Of course, it will reduce. Okay. You, as a good parent, you have to make sure you have to give me something that is beyond a 5,000. Okay.
Yeah.
That is beyond a 5,000, so that tomorrow I shouldn't come back. I shouldn't be a burden again, even tomorrow. But what are we seeing? This issue of giving money to youths.
Yeah.
In the name of youth empowerment. It's not going to be a lasting solution. No, it's something that will be able to kill that hunger in a short period of time. I've seen people, some of them, they're even going to misuse that money. Okay?
Yeah.
But what you think is like it's bribing. It's not empowerment. It's buying. Give me that set, but a vote is a secret. Okay? But I was expecting our leaders. One thing I was expecting about our leaders is where they come up with empowerment initiative projects.
Yes.
that will benefit Zambian youths. Okay, we've got. Let me talk about in the agriculture sector. Let me talk about in the agriculture sector. The government can actually come up with ideas or projects on how youths can benefit from the about in the mining sector. Also, they can come up with initiative on how they can empower youths. You get the point? On how they can empower youths rather than getting money and you start distributing to the youths. That's not a lasting solution.
No.
The problem, really, one thing I've come to discover, the problem is it's like we don't have most of our leaders that are occupying certain offices. They don't have those minds that are so innovative. Okay, they don't have those minds that are so innovative in terms of planning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they lack exposure. They don't have exposure. Umwana oshenda atasha Zambia, atasha nina. For some of us who've traveled, who've been to different places, I've learned the system like in the UK and learned the system in Zambia. We need more people like us from the diaspora helping to change the systems in Zambia, you know, because then like, for example, yesterday on my Facebook page, I did a video just, you know, joking about Dubai and, you know, London, showing people London, because Boma Lusambo had called Lusaka is like Dubai. Now, I showed people an example of London, and I asked, have you seen red buses like this in Zambia? If you have, I'll give you $1,000. And I was serious. And these are the people that are in the front line of today's government that lack exposure. They have no idea about systems. All they know is from being a bus conductor or bus driver straight to being in parliament. And the only place they know is Dubai. Because they don't even have the ability to sit down in parliament and, like, you know, UN parliament and speak and discuss issues. So how then are we able to move forward as a country if all we have is people who lack education, lack exposure? There's no way we're ever going to move forward, because these guys, all they're thinking of how they can make their bellies fat and how they can benefit for themselves and not for the people of Zambia. And when we talk about these things, look at Kampiongo. Kampiongo said, you know, whoever is going to protest, I will deal with you. And look at the police that was all over the streets of Lusaka. Now, the police was available, but when we have other issues, the police is never available. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, I think just there, when you come to the freedom of expression, I've come to learn I've come to discover something. Critics sometimes would actually come with corrections in life. So now, if you're not ready to be criticized, it means that you're not ready to improve. Okay? So people would come with corrections. So if you are not ready to be corrected, it means that you are like Bemba said that you know chumbu mushororwa. Gabafo korora. Okay? Now, I think what the situation in Malawi will actually send a very loud message. You know, let's talk about the fired. Do you know this man who was just fired, the general from Malawi, who actually ordered is it the youths who were protesting in Malawi?
Yes, yeah.
And that man was fired. What is happening right now in Malawi is because what
Oh, his signal is gone.
What they are saying right now, I was watching.
I think Matthew, your signal is going, and I'm even about to end the stream. Patrick Malunga, do you want to contribute? And Conrad, just 5 minutes so that I can end the stream.
They used to talk.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, my
Hold
sister.
on.
Okay, let him start.
Yeah. Okay, contribute, yeah.
Good evening, my sister.
Sorry, Matthew, you
Yeah,
are gone
good evening.
offline. Patrick, yeah. Would you like to say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good evening. How are you, my sister?
Fine, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Yeah, I would love to talk about what is happening in our country. First of all, I'd love to commend you for the job you are doing there. Yeah, for educating people. Some doesn't even know their rights. But what is happening in our country is very unfortunate. We are passing through a lot. We cannot speak freely. We cannot even express our freedom of speech, and we cannot even express. We can't just talk freely. The reason being is that we are being led by this dictatorial type of government. These guys are pretending to be Christians, but what they are doing behind it's very unacceptable. These guys, we expect them to tell us who were behind the gassing issue, but they have just decided to be on mute. Of course, they even know amongst themselves, some of them were the masterminders of the gassing issue. Because if it were the opposition, my sister, this time around we're talking, people would have been in jail. But they were the masterminders. They knew what was happening. They knew who organized gassing. No wonder they have just decided to be on mute. But I'm just urging them. Zambian people are no longer the way we used to be, like previously, some 10, 20 years ago. We know what is going on. God has opened our minds and eyes to see what is happening. The reason, the reason of all these things which are happening is because of being ruled by incompetent leaders. These guys are incompetent. They are just in offices. They don't even know those offices they are occupying, what they are supposed to do in those offices. They are just busy looting our monies, busy intimidating us, busy oppressing youths, busy doing things which are not godly. I don't know if it was today or the other day. This man called Rusambo was in Kabushi constituency. Me, I'm a resident of Ndola. Yeah, I'm a resident of Ndola. I live within Ndola. He was in Kabushi constituency, so he's boasting to say, we are bringing development. Development, my foot. Where I was born, man, Rusambo, this from 2016 up to 2019. For him to come this year to say we are bringing development. Zambian people, we must open our eyes and minds, and we say enough is enough now, because these guys don't mean well for our country. They don't mean well for our country. What they are interested in is worsening our economy, leaving our country beyond recovery. So let us pay them back by voting them out of the offices. There's nothing they will do which will change us as at now. Me, I'm speaking because I'm on the ground here in Ndola. Bowman Sambo has done nothing in his constituency. Talking about this Emmanuel Mulenga, the sports minister, he has done nothing for Ndola Central. His job is just to be driving big cars, enjoying our monies, taxpayers' monies. They are doing nothing. Their constituencies are just, Lord, they are pathetic, impossible. But they are boasting to say, no, we are bringing development. Development from where? I'm talking about this, the 30 million kwacha, which was, I don't know if it was donated or what, but I cannot say donated because that's the way of bribing youths. This government thinks like youths, they can bribe us now. No, it's too late. They cannot do anything which will change our mind to love them. They will do nothing as it stands now. Me, I'm wherever I am, I'm mobilizing the youths. I'm telling them to say 2021. I'm not mentioning any party. I'm in any partisan because the way it is now, when you talk against the government, you are UPND or you are NDC. I'm in any partisan. I don't have any political party where I belong to, but I belong to Zambia. I'm a Zambian, and I've got rights to campaign against whoever who is doing something which is bringing our country down. So my sister and everyone who is listening, who is live, and whoever who is on Facebook, whatever media we are using, let's open our eyes, our heads, and let's just ask God's intervention, because these people doesn't mean well for our country. I think that's my take for now. I've got a lot to talk, but because I heard you saying you are about to close the show. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, my sister. And continue doing the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Patrick Malunga, we will be having another live stream tomorrow to talk about Dr. Chilufya. So it would be nice for you to join us. What time are you normally free?
Yeah, I'm normally free the same time because during the day I'm somehow tied up. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. So see you tomorrow if you join us. Conrad, just summarize briefly on Matthew, and then we can close. As you can see, my phone is on here. Somebody is waiting
Yeah.
on the phone.
Okay. I just wanted to.
All right.
I just wanted to make some conclusion on the part for the 30 million kwacha part. Yeah.
Yes.
Like people have been applying to get some of these empowerment loans from institutions like CEEC. What is happening? They select people who to give these funds, and I don't know how they are going to disperse this 30 million kwacha. I don't know whether they are going to put CEEC in the armpits of State House. I don't know how they are going to give these money, because CEEC must be left to operate independently, and they should be giving this money to people professionally, not on selective, or not they shouldn't be selective when giving these monies. They shouldn't be giving people money out of political affiliations. Also, it's the same thing. It also gives questions how they give money to this so-called presidential empowerment fund. Who do they give monies to? Are they politically affiliated to PF? Perhaps we may speculate in those lines, because many youths out there, they've never benefited for these monies. And this 30 million kwacha, why all of a sudden? Why has it been released so early, like so fast? Why has it been so urgent? Is there anything like it's so urgent or what? Yeah, perhaps in those lines. Why? Because they want to silence the youth. They want to silence the artists. Artists, they've got an influence on their fans because they may influence their fans based on how they are going to vote next year's general election. So they don't want to jeopardize to destroy those numbers, because artists have got a lot of fans and a lot of voters out there who support them. What they speak about some impact and passion to the way their fans like them. So it's all about silencing and wanting the artists to keep quiet so that the numbers TF supporters can still remain the same, you see, so that their image can still remain the same. This is just simply a bribe. It has nothing to do with empowering youth. It's a bribe. It's a bribe. It's not sustainable. We're going to benefit from that money. Tomorrow, that money will finish and they will come back crying like, no, the government has neglected us. They're not giving us. It's the same thing. The best thing, what we are asking for is the change of the system. Change of system. It's a change of system on how government run its affairs. It's people are just asking for a change of system. That's all we are asking for. Stop giving the first priority to foreigners at the expense of your own people. These are the things we are asking for.
Yeah.
Stop prioritizing foreigners at the expense of your own people. Like today, the bars are open. Some bars are open. When you do a proper check, who owns these bars? They are not Zambians. They are the Balinese, Indians, Chinese, and all those kind of things. Wow, the Zambian-owned bars out there in Matero, in the ghettos of urban areas in Lusaka, they are still closed. They are not opening bars. Nothing is happening. But some selected bars owned by foreigners are open. When government is called to speak out, it's silent because they don't want to speak against foreigners. They want to protect these foreigners in the name of diplomatic relations or whatever, or in the name of my investors. Even ourselves, Zambians, we can be investors of our own country. We can invest things in our own country. There are people they are hardworking Zambians out there who are willing to invest in their own country, who are willing to help the vulnerable across the country. Relationships between countries, it has everything to do with interest. It's not all about helping foreigners coming to Zambia to help Zambians. It's all about foreigners coming to Zambia to help themselves, to help their own countries, to generate monies for their own countries from Zambia, not to generate monies for Zambians. Zambia can only be developed by ourselves. No one will develop Zambia for us. It's only you and I who can develop Zambia for ourselves. No Chinese will ever develop Zambia. No Indian will ever develop Zambia. No Lebanese will ever develop Zambia. No Israelite, no American will ever develop Zambia. It's only ourselves who can develop Zambia. This government should change its system of how they govern things, of how they run their affairs. We will appreciate them. They should put Zambians first on everything. They should put Zambians first in everything, not foreigners first. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah. I think good night for now. I'm going out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, Matthew.
Yeah, I think all what I can say is that I just want you to continue with what you're doing. We need more sensitization. People, Zambian youths, they really need to differentiate what it means youth empowerment. They need to understand. I think we are tired to see. We need to see a better Zambia. We need to see a better nation where youths can have access to certain things. When it comes to development in Zambia. No wonder we need more sensitization on this one. This is enough of where politicians are now buying youths. You get the point? Yeah, we just need to understand what it means when it comes to youth empowerment. I think we need more sensitization, of which you're already on it. You're doing a very good job, and people are really appreciating what you're doing. Yeah, I think yes, I'm very happy with what's going on. But on my side, I can say that I'd love to see a nation that will actually put Zambia first. Yeah, I'd love to see a nation. I'd love to see a government that will actually put Zambia first. Why? Because Zambians, citizens, are people matter. You get the point? They matter. No one is bigger than Zambia. I think we've seen the vastness which we've seen what happened. Tukuta was denied bail. For him to just come out, people had to talk. You get the point? Yeah, but on the other side, when you look at the Minister of Health, you know, the man, when does it happen like that? Or maybe it's a kumaskuru, maybe tukarabofika kuma universities, maybe mashtika, where if somebody the anti-corruption are if somebody is arrested, a minister is arrested, is even supposed to appear in the parliament, debating on issues in the parliament when
this is what I was saying before. I was telling you this, that in Britain, you have what you call this, which is a CRB check. Now, if you've been arrested before, you are not entitled to work in certain positions. So he is supposed to be suspended from parliament until the investigation ends. Because right now, he's on police bail. How can you trust somebody who's on police bail to be working for a government position which demands him to sign for documents that he can forge? Because corruption is even a better term. Basically, they are fraudulent people. They are into fraud. It's fraud. Because how can you allocate $16 million to a pharmacy which doesn't exist? It only takes somebody who can forge documents, forge everything. So it's not just corruption, they are misusing funds, they are fraudsters as well.
Yeah.
So a fraudster should not be in the position that he is, where he even has to answer to the speaker in parliament and address the nation. The whole thing is a scam. Like I said before, coronavirus in Africa, especially Zambia, is a scam. There is no coronavirus in Zambia. In the UK, we've had 42,000 deaths to coronavirus. And in Zambia, 7 till date. Now tell me, we have a person like Dr. Chilufya who can lie that he gave a $17 million contract to a pharmacy which doesn't exist. He allocates those funds. 17 million is not a joke. He allocates those funds to a pharmacy and then later on says it was a mistake. The guy is a fraudster. And he is abusing his position as a doctor. In Britain, he should be removed from the register as a doctor. He should never, ever practice medicine anywhere. Never. Because he is abusing the intelligence that he has as a doctor to steal money. Carry on.
Yeah. So and that's I think that's the main problem that we are facing. Some of us we've got we've got interest in these certain issues, but you cannot come out. I heard Honorable Madam Smahiri advising the youth that they should use right channels. The youth should actually use right channels in communicating with the government and other things. For example, I'll give you a practical example. If I write a complaint letter, if I actually write a letter today that is going to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, you know it will take 6 months, or it can never even reach the permanent secretary for it to be on the table of the minister.
Yeah.
Now, what do you expect? We use social media. Okay.
Of course.
Have you seen what has happened? Have you seen what happened for the past 2 weeks? For the past 2 weeks, it's because of social media that youths used, and you could tell that these actions is because of what youths were saying on social media. And then I saw something in newspapers and on social media where Madam Dola Syria, where he had posed with a selected youths. You get the point? With selected youths to say, no, this is no, this is a listening government and that thing.
Zambia open.
Now, my question is, if we try to follow them up, all those youths that went to Madam Smiley's office there, if you try to follow it up, you find that those youths who went there, they're actually related to those in the higher offices. They're up there.
They go to her church.
So
they go to the church she goes to. Yeah, that's what they do. They go to the church she goes to.
So now this is where they are forgetting. You know, one thing I like about Zambians that now suka. You get the point. Now want to. You know, if you give an artist if you give an artist a 30,000, it's a threat. I can tell you, certain people, certain people, to have them, it's actually people are able to plan in this nation first. I liked the speech of Mr. Chakwera in Malawi. You could even tell that this man, he has the country in his heart. It's not just about him and his family, but he loves his country. Yeah? Not whereby you see somebody. Anyway, I'm praying. We are praying for spirit of acceleration. That's my prayer. My prayer is that I'm praying for spirit of acceleration. So
okay.
Tikagona mairo space them 2021. Get the point?
Yeah. Okay, Matthew, we'll talk tomorrow because we
2021. But love to say
Salome Zul is saying don't call them honorable. There's nothing honorable about them. I don't call them honorable. Never. Not from my mouth. What is honorable about somebody that is whipping people?
They are not honorable, my sister. They are thieves.
How can you call a thief honorable?
They don't deserve to be called honorable. They are deserve to be called thieves because they have stolen enough. This man called Boman Sambo is
sorry. What time are we going to have the live stream tomorrow?
Tomorrow, what time are you available, Matthew? I'll come at your time because I want to join this one. We're talking about Dr. Chilufya.
I think the last time that we did it, is it 13 hours? 13 hours to be better.
Normally, like we say 16, 17 hours.
Yeah,
okay, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's allow Jetson to speak and then we can close this live stream, please. I gotta go.
Thank you.
The Zambian man is waiting on the phone, please. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. It's a girl, lilymutamztv, also known as Gelopa Z, Zambia. We've discussed a lot of points, and I know many of you would like us to carry on, but there's time for everything. Well done, Ellery. So as you know, we always end with good news and a good song, and I'm so excited that CHELLAH TUKUTA is home until tomorrow, and then next week we'll be doing more live streams as well. We take a topic, we're discussing. 5 minutes, you come, you speak, you go. 5 minutes, you speak, you go. This one was unplanned, obviously. The speech of the president of Malawi is also on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. Thank you so much. Nangu wanchinge ukufila na kanana la